I mean, I guess I should be going through this if I want some of these better abilities, such as the Earth-Shaking Strike. Damage bonus and greater guard. Oh crap, it adds to my guard? Yeah, I want that. Gimme. Gimme. Yeah, if I can do anything to generate guard, that's gonna be great. Ah, there's the final spot. And I think I'm actually near the area where I can get my horses. And that was one of the reasons why I was supposed to come out here anyways.
We could make camp here.
Yes, we can, and we shall.
Nothing to report, sir.
Potions, potions, potions. Yes, even more power. Read. Get the Druffalo back. Hey, look, a Fade Rift. Can't be having one of those, no, can we? Alright, I'll just do that later. Nope. Nope. Not gonna for me. Ah, there you go. Nope, get on the ground. Where'd you think you were going? I'll leave you from here. Close it. And this area is now safe. At least from demons. Name this Inquisition. So let's check this out. So I'm pretty sure I'm near the general area. Ooh. Strarium. Let's do one of these. It's up there. Should be able to get to it from around here. Oh! Hey, bastards! Key. Nice, got some more soap. I just need 3 more pieces. Hop around like a jackrabbit. Get to it eventually.
I'm not familiar with this.
Okay. So I just got to connect the dots in the way that would make that. Okay. It wasn't too difficult.
Weird. Where does this lead?
2 more locations. I guess I don't mark them on. Oh, never mind. There's one. Now where's the other one? Oh, it's right there. Oh, I'm way past the camp. Or not the camp, but the place where I need to get my horse. There'd be the quest here, though. So, who needs what this time? Search Northern Hills. So I'll get on my damn way. Keep going to tactical cam when I mean to go to the map. Oh, that's another rift. Fair enough. Oh, nope, never mind. You can already tell by the skull that that's not a good idea. We'll come back to that later. Skull definitely means no bueno. Maybe when I'm level 7 or 8. I'll take my chances. Even then. Sometimes you gotta take risks. But this is not one of those times. So look at just the attention.
This must be the horse master.
The attention to detail and everything here. Requires perk, deft hands, and fine tools. That's good to know. So that's how you can open up slightly better areas.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Here you're trying to bring order back. It's high time someone did. Didn't expect it to be some free marcher's noble, though. Name's Dennett. I served Arleman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
That's right.
It is. Can you help us?
Not at the moment. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? No, I've got no bad blood with free marchers. Maker, I had kin flee to Kirkle when the last blight tore this land apart. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Okay, appreciate that.
Good to see you, Inquisition.
The refugees down at the crossroads could use your help.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits. Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves. Once that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
What can you tell me about the wilderness around here?
Got some old ruins in the forest, from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, but when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
Why not? Keeps them going. Nice and trained. Exercise.
You said your wife Elena is in charge of the farms.
Yes, a lot of families work our land. They work for us and we take care of them. Elena knows the farms better than I do. Knows what they need. I imagine not being killed by anything would be a start, though.
You said you were once Al Eamon's stable master.
Master of the mounts. Fereldans don't appreciate horses like they do in Orlais, but they knew my name in Val Royeaux. My horses took sick less and carried a man longer than any of those fancy prancers they've got. You take care of my people, and I'll make sure your Inquisition is riding right.
Farewell.
Watch yourself, Inquisition. It's ugly out there.
I will. Thank you for your concern.
Good to see you, Inquisition.
You keep saying Inquisition. Shouldn't you call me Inquisitor? I don't think there's anything. Oh, never mind. Hard and Hightown, Chapter 1. I'll have to read that through later.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Don't worry.
Good day.
I'll handle it. It's kind of why I exist. Hey, I'll take your elf fruit, though. Tend into your farms, and I'll just take your stock. I'm nice like that. It's one thing I always find funny in RPGs. Nobody ever questions when the good guy is taking stuff.
Fancy trying out one of my courses?
What kind of racing are you talking about?
I set up a course over there with stakes in the ground. It's too narrow to race directly, so I time it with a sandglass. You try to ride the course before I call time.
I'll try one of your courses.
Wonderful. Get your horse and I'll set up the stakes. You make time, I'll throw in some of the dress money Father gave me. Consider it a donation to the Inquisition.
Alright. And I now have a horse. Alright, so L3. Alright, fair enough. It's not that difficult to understand. Oh, it's already started. The galloping doesn't look like it's that fast. Get out of the way, Fox. Damn it. Made me break out of my burst speed. Get out of the way! That was easy. I guess it's just, it's kind of like a mini tutorial on how to use your mount.
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
Yes.
Set up the next course.
Great. Go get mounted. I'll put up the stakes straight away.
Do it. I like how your party members just disappear. It's blood magic. That one's lit. Yep, knew it. So I mean, by the looks of it, they give you plenty of time. Again, it's mostly meant to be more of like a tutorial on how to ride. So as long as you're galloping the entire time, or at least for the majority of the time, you kind of just try and steer it in between, you're good. Nothing too crazy. Nice, can even navigate uneven terrain fairly well. And that one's done. Where's my money?
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
Sure.
Set up the next
How
course.
many races are there?
Great. Go get mounted. I'll put up the stakes straight away.
Oh, okay, so this is the final one. Alright, so this time the fire's burning to the right. So I go straight to the right one. Like I said, it's fairly straightforward. It's not that difficult to pull off. And once you get the handling down a little bit, pretty simple. I'm just happy to finally have a horse. So now, if I don't have the ability to fast travel right away to get to one point, at least I have a quicker method of getting there. I just have to watch out for like bandits or other enemies. Don't want them to kill my mount. Oh yeah, and I remember too, because at the deluxe edition, I can get some crazier mounts. Like one of them's the Bogged Unicorn, which is like an undead horse that's got a rail spike right through its head, which kind of what makes it a unicorn. I should get this like giant ram thing. I get a holla and all this other stuff. Oh, I need to come back for you. Making good on time, making good on time. Always scares me a little bit when I don't hear the chime when I pass through. Oh yeah, we made it with plenty of time left over. I am a master rider.
I'll be damned. You've mastered every course I set up. That was some riding.
Why, thank you. Check things out. Yeah, that's right. I do need to go there. And then here. Let's go there first. See through the eyes of the crystal skull. Find more shards in the process. No, I didn't want to jump back on. Let's take a look, shall we? There, saw a shine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Yeah, I know I finished it. Oh no, it's bugged. It's gonna keep telling me I completed it even though I already completed it. I hope it stops. Doesn't look promising though. Get another shard. 7 out of 22 is not bad. I'm getting there.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
Seems fair enough if you think about it.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
I'd say that's pretty fair. We have all the main camps set up now. Let's head back to Haven real quick. I want to go ahead and see maybe if I could talk to some of my people, use the war table, check that out, kind of go from there. But I definitely, the one I want to go for is like the giant ram bear thing. It's probably going to be the mount I'm going to use for my Inquisitor. But for Serafino, I'm probably going to stick to the heavily armored horse. That kind of would match kind of the feel. Because what I'm more likely going to go for in terms of my character, oh yeah, see there's Cassandra over there, is I want my character to be kind of like a Templar, at least for Serafino. But he's going to be like a Templar who sympathizes for mages. Like, he believes that it should be reformed. Because that's kind of the way it really should be. I mean, mages should be free to practice their magic. The Circle should be like a university they can go to learn, but not something they're forced to be stuck in like a prison. And then the Templars are merely just there as special units, to where if you have somebody who's abusing blood magic or doing evil, then you have the Templars who can deal with them accordingly.
Ugh.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
Oh, and the way I'm going to play it too is, because his family, as you know, the Trevelyan bloodline, they're already very much involved in the chain tree. I want this character to be somebody who kind of embraces that destiny. And that's why, if anything, he's going to be happy that he's chosen by the Maker, because he feels like he was kind of meant to be.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
Basically, he's a paladin. Oh no, don't you freeze on me. Don't you freeze on me.
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Unfortunate camera angle.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
Yes.
I believe he exists.
That's comforting. Surely the Maker put us both on this path for a reason. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Talk some more.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
I was born in Ostwind, and that's where most of my family is.
The Trevelyans, is it not? A large clan with a rather clever coat of arms. Tell me, do you consider the Free Marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
I might, once this is done.
It will not be the same once you do.
I'd like to get to know you better.
There's not much to know.
You're being modest.
Do you think me a braggart?
No, I think you're interesting.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
So it seems like there's going to be a lot of dialogue here, so if you're really interested in knowing more about Cassandra Pentecost, this is definitely what you want to tune in for, but if not, well, we'll get past it eventually.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that.
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
Anthony was older than I, a dragon hunter, who showed what a Pentecost could truly be. I idolized him. I wanted to hunt dragons as he did, even though our uncle forbade it. Anthony promised to train me in secret. We would hunt together one day, brother and sister, vanquishing the beasts of old. And then he died on me.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have cried.
No, it's fine. A group of apostates wanted dragon blood, and wanted Anthony to get it for them. He refused, and they killed him for it. In front of me. I begged the Chantry to let me become a Templar. Instead, they sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
That's good. Oh yeah, and if you need to, definitely check out the CG animation movie Rise of the Seekers. It actually has Cassandra in it, and it kind of shows you a lot of what happens, and she'll more likely discuss it, I'm sure, considering it is part of the past as well.
I think I understand how you felt.
At times I could not breathe. The rage nearly choked me. I sometimes wonder how different my life would be if Anthony was still alive. Would I be a dragon hunter? Married to some noble fool, a mother of 3? I cannot say. I take solace in believing the Maker has a plan, but he is not always kind.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus, I did not see Nevarra, the real Nevarra, until much later. By then, I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Yeah, because that's nice in case there's ever, you know, a blood mage or anything. They can't just resurrect an entire necropolis to use. No.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
It's nice.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Yes.
It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral. But I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
It's unfortunate how that works.
You're delightful, you know that?
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
Ooh. Does she now?
I'll let you get back to work.
No, I'm not. Still talking to you.
Is there anything you need?
You're looking like. But overall, I think I got pretty close to my facial features. You can see I was constantly looking at the phone and all that other good stuff. But let's continue.